Vintage. Vintage Simple up against the new brand of Finnish Counter-Strike. Our first map train, Dust 2 lies in the wings, as does Mirage, should we see 3. A semi-final, a Cinderella story, unlike anything we've witnessed in Katowice. ENCE eSports, will they continue their run? Yes, a Cinderella story, but the clock strikes midnight versus Na'Vi. Map 1, it's time for semi-final 1. Henry, Matt, this should be a spicy endeavor.
We absolutely hope so, Alex. ENCE versus Na'Vi. It's semi-finals time. Katowice. I hope you're with us. Give me everything you've got. Let's make some noise as ENCE will defend now. It's up to the T side with the smokes. The flashbangs available to them. And it's a very slow start here. Normally, in these big plays, we'll see execution come through quickly, but there it is. There's smokes dropped from the bomb site now.
Seal of the smoke, Edward gets back in. ENCE showed excellent team play against Liquid. That'll work against Na'Vi. Slow maybe the name on their T side, wrapping it. He'll get electronic down, turns around, looks to old bomb, but Edward was there the whole time. We saw him work out from Z Connector. It's Ian Simple against one man who's been absolutely incredible throughout the course of this event, but he's got it all to do now. Has the bomb at least for 1 minute and 12 seconds on the clock. Alexi's gonna fall off.
He's got the bomb. But 24 HP at this point, just getting that bomb planted would be a success. Edward trying to hunt for some information here as he pushes towards Ivy. You can see inside currently open. Simple was in the connector, however. He'll be watching that lower ramp. 55 seconds remain, and Alexi just waiting for any CTs pushing, hoping he can get an advantage through some patience here.
They're playing it perfectly on the Na'Vi side, of course, to be able to rotate either direction. Bomb dropping from upper, 24 HP. If he even gets tagged by Simple, be a crater. Requires Simple spotting him, however, because he's gone back towards CT instead, looking for further information, and Alexi gets in.
Bomb has been planted.
Planted. Money at least for ENCE. Possible. I think he might be able to slide by, but Edward was ready for it. They didn't see him on the right, they knew he was on the left.
So ENCE waiting for that initial utility, went for the outside execution. The trades were looking good, but then Na'Vi finding multiple cracks. Edward just got an ace in that one. 5 kills for Edward, so maybe he'll be going back-to-back. To the next half, who knows if Flamey managed to light up the scoreboard before. Fantastic work by him. And in that 2 versus 1, you're right, they played it perfectly. Yes, they let the bomb go down, but they stayed in the connector. They were next to each other. Any sort of threat was going to be eliminated if they worked in this sort of manner. Great stuff from Edward. It's going to light the fire beneath him as we get into round number 2. I don't expect ENCE to force buy in this second round. They'll bring out a decent, solid buy in the third. Just a P250, a couple of those purchased here. And it's up to ENCE now to try and get that bomb planted again. They're stabbing each other in spawn. You don't like to see that, but it doesn't really matter in this sort of run, I suppose.
You still don't like to see it at all. Only down to 64 already. Zeus waits bottom ramp inside. They'll try and rush to get another bomb plant in place. Get that money rolling early. SMG likewise for Zeus. He can build up a bit of a bank. Simple. Keen as always, you could say. Already on the AWP.
You can see they got one flashbang here, so got to go for that inside play. Simple. The AWP in round number 2.
Spots them though, but he can't get the angle. He was late to get on top of the tanker. They were already in the corner when he got to the spool, and Zeus, he's down for 1. At this point, Simple, he's forced to go off to a pistol. This is where it becomes a problem. If you buy the op early and pistols overwhelm you, if they outrun you, it's an expensive gun to lose. And Alexi's gotten in behind them. This connection. I say it, but he's already lost to Sergey. That was what he needed. Sergey had to be holding on the ball because now they can actually just send one to keep him busy, and they'll go back toward the defuse. 2
kills and a bomb plant. That's not bad. They're going to have a ton of money here, and you're absolutely right. Bringing that all down the second round. As Simo was dropped by Edward, he's going to have a risk there. For the next round as well, but so will ENCE. Alu's certainly going to buy the AWP here. No doubt about that. $6,000. He'll be dropped it, however, so it's going to be Sergey giving him the sniper. And this is the first real gun round here. I guess Na'Vi with a couple of compromises. Edwards will have an AUG for now, but Zeus with the MP9 is Flame with the FAMAS as they juggle weapons around. We'll see what kind of spawn he has. He actually has the upper ramp spawn here, so he can get control of that position. That might be on the cards, but the thing is, Alu's heading there as well. We're going to have a sniper battle here. Zeus sends the flashbang. Alu is completely wrecked by it, and down goes the first. Simple gets the opening frag and falls back.
Alu still has the op to contend with, but Simple knows the situation. He's already gone back. He'll rotate off of this. Brilliant start. Flashbang, you're right, absolutely wrecked them.
Yep, they didn't see that coming. Alu wants to go with the fast pick at lower ramp, which is a very viable approach, but when the AWP swords up, it can all go horribly wrong, as it is for X7 as well. Towards that Ivy position, he takes a nade and a few bullets, down to 22 HP.
Hold off again outside. A main. Edward needs to be very careful at this point, though, because Electronic's watching Pop Dog, but does he know that Sergey's already out? Holding in the corner aggressively. Gun barrel certainly could be caught off. All he needs is one misstep. Tough position for Edward to work from as well. If he's spotted and they're not completely side by side, they'll be able to trade it, they'll be able to swing on the second. So he backs off to Sandwich, probably the better call in this situation. X7, meanwhile, still out toward Ivy with Flamey guarding the entrance.
They're going to have to commit to outside at this point. 30 seconds remaining. A couple of smokes, some flashbangs as well. Excellent. Edward in a prime position.
He is. And this is better because, again, Sandwich, he can control the angle, bomb down, he backs off further to give him a more linear perspective. He has to watch for X7. They don't know that he's there. He came in late and went down. Unfortunately, it's just he and Alu because it looks like he opened up some round for movement side of the site. Alu can't hit the shot and he wants to save the AWP at this point in time. Just get away. 9 seconds. He will. They're pursuing, and Zeus is smart to go going into spawn. He's low HP. Down goes the AWP.
Big frag there from Zeus, and a lovely round from Na'Vi in general. It's Edward who managed to get that all-important kill. They had the 5 versus 4 early on in the rounds due to the AWP push in the upper ramp, and then ENCE very patient, waiting for the opportunity, trying to bleed out some of that utility. Not so much an execution outside, but a pincer from the Ivy, main entrance, and Hot Dog, unable to find the kills, and it's going to be Na'Vi keeping 4 players alive. ENCE with the loss bonus, though, do have enough to buy up in round number 4. 4 AK-47s and Sergey on the Deagle. For these sort of rounds, you're going to want to deploy as many smokes as you can, allow these AKs to get deep towards the bomb sites. The only way you're going to cause a dent. Get ready, it's 2 players towards main entrance, and Edward segregates the Pop Dog area.
And the train aerial positions himself so the don't reveal and tries to catch off Simple, perhaps. Could he? They're both inside the smoke, and Simple doesn't realize it. He has so close. Looks down, he'll see them. Only for 1. 2 in that position, and Alexi knows he's got to act quickly, but rather than getting too aggressive, he falls off for the angle and waits for his teammates to gather the wings because Flamey comes back inside. Sergey's Deagle. Rely on it at this point. This one's down, they've already got 2 back through inside of the site directly. Hold off on this because Electronic just sits in the reactions of the hockey, snaps back, and he's now got Flamey. Edward has to hold off with the AUG. Steps out from Old Bomb, but X7 still on the other side. And it's Edward, the man who aced in the opening round, that has to hold off 2 remaining attackers with 52 seconds. There's a shadow of doubt on this as well, because the bomb can easily be picked up, gathered, and moved back. It's still at A main.
It still is. They've got plenty of time here, 40 seconds, and Edward trying to find himself some sort of an advantage. Gets towards the back, tracks it. Now this could be a play. X7 aware of the threat, checking it every now and then, but has gone to safety. Absolutely has. Good flash. As they challenge his position, they're going to flush him out, and now Edward with a huge disadvantage here. The bomb going to be recovered with 25 seconds remaining.
Still want to go outside sight because X7 was holding it. Sat there, you're right, 1 HP. He finds Edward, and ENCE get on the board. 2 players surviving.
4 AKs, 1 Deagle. Fast approach outside. Pretty scrappy, but they make it work, and they recover the AWP as well. It's going to be 3-1, still in favor of Na'Vi, as ENCE pick up their first. Need to avoid that reset, though. There is cash available for Na'Vi, but it's being drained. UMPs are coming out, and there might be a double AWP situation. I'll have a look. Yes, indeed, there is. Simple manages to get the secondary AWP to Flamey. He's got a glass cannon right now, and he's going towards that lower ramp. This is the shotgun-style AWP play. Let's see if he can nail it.
He sits back on it, doesn't go all the way up and try to take the fight. No flash in this time either. He's alone on the B site. He's downed. Sergey got across. It was the exact second Simple backed away, and that's going to open them up. Full access. However, early X7 could catch him off, but he's got a chance now. Alu's not even looking. He's got 1 already behind, and he'll just hold it off. He's waiting for further action, waiting for more people to arrive. Bomb's not yet planted. As far away from Edward as possible in doing so. He's trapped in, though, and X7 takes him down. Flamey's already gone.
They're off the mark now. It's a huge round for ENCE to pick up. Simple towards that lower ramp. Looking his usual self, you'd expect him to hit one there, but it's Sergey that took him down early on. And if you catch an AWP in that position, you can almost guarantee that's your cue to get in. If the AWP has gone down, there's not going to be one of the connector. Get in as quickly as you can, get that bomb planted. And yes, Ed would have a lovely flank there, but he only had the UMP. He gets 1 kill, unable to upgrade. And X7 comes in with the backstab to close out the round. Flamey, like we said, glass cannon AWP here, holding towards Ivy. Let's look around for him. They won't be aware of as he holds up, it looks like he'll survive, so they have at least something in the next round. But I think they're going to have to take an eco here. They've got $2,000 per player. They'll get $2,400 into the next round, so that's enough if they can save the AWP again to have a decent buy. So it should be full eco around this AWP, but there's also an argument to be made that a force buy here could be worth it. We'll see which way they're inclined. Zeus already gone in for it, spending a lot of cash in the CZ and Kevlar. Electronic 2. It's Simple and Edward, a bit more conservative. They have a few smokes to work with, but leaving themselves $1,000 left.
They hop aggressive toward Ivy this time. Zeus will hold the bottom of the ramp. Just the pistols to work with. Surprising to see Simple on a deagle. No armor at all to go along with him, though. So even if he gets a kill and a gun in his hands, he's a punching bag. Smoke down as well to hold off where the op exists at this point. Alexi, it's not going to really do much. Does reveal that Edward is at least on the CZ. Oh, it's crazy how fast things can swing in terms of gameplay. Sergey gets Edward, he not before finding a kill in straight above them. Ball looks for another. He's going to spin. Sergey didn't realize it, but he gets the AK. He's got all time in the world to find and line up the kill, even firing it back to Flamey to make sure that they get it picked up in the next round. He didn't quite get there, but they'll have 2 ops.
They have 2 orbs. I think that's going to be very worthwhile. There it is. Na'Vi go for not even the full investment there, a partial buy with the CZs. And you can see how deadly those can be in the right hand. It's Edward and Simple going to town here. Aggression at its finest. He recovers the AK-47 and closes it out towards Sergey there. Na'Vi strike back. And the tug of war continues here. 3 AKs, 1 MAC-10 and a UMP. Decent utility here. Can win this round, but what's the approach? Sending a few players towards the hot dog area and the main entrance. Sergey with the Molotov towards the upper ramp to block off any potential AWPers on the other side. Outside execution looking likely here. Aerial to lead the charge. His teammates set up the smokes and presumably the flashbangs after, and he'll try and find that first pick.
Shout Electronic Edward, he's still holding on. He knows they're there. But this is where the trade comes in. They're staggered just enough, and Aerial snuck in behind. Electronic down. But Simple gets one lead off. Bomb to be planted. Sergey wants to hold off, knows that he was exactly out toward Ivy, but where's he gone? Alu. He could foil this. He could come in late. Simple's not aware. Problem is that he's gone so far around that it's going to be a straight fight. Good news is, I didn't expect him there at all. Find a shot to control, and that gives Simple all the control that he needs. Double up on a retake as it's down to Sergey. He still has ball in his sights. Flashed off. Simple's watching it oh so closely, and both ops will. Flamey will find it instead, Na'Vi find 5.
It's warming up to be a really fun game, this one. So much skill on the server right now. ENCE with a lovely execution there. Managed to trade out a couple of kills to get the bomb planted. Fall back, those double orbs are looking fierce. Simple and Flamey not missing many shots at all. It's round 8, and even the bomb planted, I think ENCE will have to take a partial buy here. Osborne is currently at the 2nd stage, and they'll get $2,900 per play into the next round on top of their 3Ks. They can definitely afford a deagle, some smokes and stuff like that, but they might just take the full eco. We'll see. Those shots from Simple here, as we'll see his work with the AWP. That was quick. So indeed, just a few upgraded pistols, a couple of smokes, presumably smoke inside. See what you can do, get that bomb planted. Zeus to head towards the upper ramp, however. Scoped in, fires off, no damage done.
Simple rotates off early. Again, trying to continue to be unexpected and dynamic. Flamey's pretty static in comparison. He's had the op pretty much every single round. Good spot to hold from. Simple on the top of the Z connection. The first bomb does cross. They can still try to get that down by second. Sergey will shot back. Simple had just enough of an angle. Denied the second plan attempt, but the charm. Sergey still holds up. As well with that AWP is on the other side. Simple's trying to get the angle on him. He wants Lovely to take it down. I'd love to do exactly that, but Flame rushes. And And Alexei, I'm afraid, is not long for this world. This Flamey gets far too close. 7-2, excuse me, 6-2. This is starting to get away, but it's such a close game, really, when you look at the battles and the fact that ENCE continue to get bombs down.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about. The fact ENCE are hitting shots and they're actually getting consistent bomb plants here. Their strategies are good. It's just Na'Vi are looking really sharp in the individual form. As we get into round number 9, haven't really had a tactical timeout yet, but money's starting to look very strong indeed. ENCE, with that bomb plant down, get an extra $800 per player. So that's why so many teams with just pistols head towards inside, because you're not guaranteed a bomb plant. You've got a very good chance you can just get one kill. Once they did, it's Flamey finishing off things against Alexei. Bomb defused. Flamey currently sits at 6 kills. Very top to Edward. 11-5 after that pistol ace. Outside fast play once again. 3 players towards main entrance. Ariel has to wait for the players to go down first.
Well, Edward takes advantage of that, but he won't account for Sergey walking out late. That also, though, is traded back by Electronic. Ontario. He's wanted to get forward so aggressively so many times. Where he is this time. Alu takes advantage of that as well. Simple's gone. That's what they need, because Simple is firing on all cylinders. In fact, he sits with 10 kills already. X7 has Electronic now. It starts to fall apart. Top of the site, holding only the CZ in his hands because the AWP too close to Flamey's comfort. Alu tries to get away, spotted by Zeus. No damage done. He wants to go back and get the bomb though. If that's red, they can rotate off this.
Plenty of time here. Zeus with 100 HP, Flamey on 9. They need to get a pick here. Ariel is low. They have no real information as to where ENCE are right now.
7. Oh, Flamey spotted him! That could have won the round. The second shot could have done it all. They still now know that Alu's out toward A main. Bomb has to cross. And Zeus is playing this so passively. He just wants them to walk directly in front. Alu, he certainly has the advantage in terms of fire. They don't know where he is. Ariel doesn't even know. Alu's guessing, and he's wrong. 21 seconds, Zeus has bomb down. Ariel's now low on HP. It's another close round, but everything seems to slip away for HP. Oh, Zeus just needs one shot, and he gets it.
Really well played there from Zeus. He's had a good tournament. That's a solid 2 versus 1 as well. Didn't panic, strong position there. As soon as he kills the bomb carrier, that's when he knows he's in a great position. His teammates are telling him the last player's already tagged up. It was a huge round for them to pick, as that would have cost them a lot in terms of the finances. Instead, they continue their rampage here on the CT side. $4,000 on average for ENCE, maybe a little bit less for Ariel. He's got 2,900 right now. They might want to take the timeout, which they have. They're first. And we'll work out what they're going to do with this one. They've had a great start here. Might not look like it on the scoreboard, but they're getting bombs down. They're making rounds very close. It's just fallen apart the last few moments there. Double orb setup still out for the CTs. Here's the replay of Alu's shots, who's had a fantastic tournament, Matt. He has looked very good.
Zeus is absolutely playing with his brain today. Very smart. They had no idea. Alu took a guess, took a shot at it. Zeus then knew that he was on top, still there, could just play the angle perfectly. Risk to take the fight, but absolutely pays off. Again, towards Sandwich. Made in. Opens them up. Doesn't like Merge on that, but they've walked in from Ivy. He's not aware, overwhelmed. And now it's the AWP in the hands of the T's. Sergey's got it, and he shows it off with style. Simple. In a bit of a panic, he's going to try and run away.
Bomb has been planted.
And he gets over toward B, bomb down. He just wants to save it at this point. Again, we talk about it. It might be 7-2, but these rounds, they're so close that there's no money for Na'Vi. ENCE are right back in this now.
They absolutely are. You can see ENCE have done their homework, and that's what executions are all about. It's making the CTs feel uncomfortable, allowing you to get as close to the bomb site as you possibly can. With those pistols, absolutely perfect there. They get the first kill, then it snowballs out of control. They pick up the AWP, and Sergey ends up getting 3 frags. And now he's cowering in CT4, now giving his position away. I don't think he'll be surviving. One bullet, many of these weapons will take him down. And there it is. ENCE, indeed, are right back in the game. Reinvestment required. Na'Vi might just have to take the eco here. If they do, they can still buy.
4 kills for Sergey. They exploded onto the site for somehow the first time they've come in Ivy and not been watched. Flamey's been there so consistently. He gets removed. Slow reactions. Edward just can't recover because he already has a presence inside a sandwich he's watching.
Oh, what a shot. Really great stuff there from Sergey. They look nervous at all. They look ready for this challenge. The T side of Train, remember, CT bias map. So it is going to be the eco for Na'Vi. A few Deagles and CZs. Can they replicate the success of ENCE in the previous round? Which there actually isn't a flash available, but there's headshots for ENCE. It's going to be Aerial to get the first, and he'll fall back safely.
It's a bit aggressive to go for more. That's not going to happen because Edward already found Alu. That gave Aerial all he needed for information, and he gets both back in exchange. But it doesn't look like the round is in any doubt. Zeus could be up to something at this point. Sneaking in behind, I don't think there's enough time for him to go all the way around to T-spawn, down the stairs, and back in A main because they're already so well established inside of the site. Bomb's going to be long planted by then.
Well, they're making sure they don't take any risks here. There's the fake plant just to bait CZ. Zeus dropped by Sergey. It's Aerial with 3 kills, and now just Simple remains. He actually fully invested in this round, sitting down to $50. He didn't have much. He gets Deagle and Kevlar, and now might have to save that because the bomb's planted. 4 kills to find, and at the very best, he might better steal away an AUG or an AK, something like that. Sergey's low as he heads towards T-spawn.
Deagle armor to carry over. This has been an absolute brawl between the two, though. Every single round. Just to note for bomb plants, it's been 4 times, 1 death. Nice shot by Simple, at least to keep himself alive, but they know he's in the corner. Not a huge issue to go down after the time on the CT side. You're not going to lose all your money, but still he does at least keep the armor up. Took damage, though, so he won't be able to get that free or discounted upgrade to the helmet.
No, but at least he has Deagle armor instead of nothing for this round. So it's actually quite valuable that he stays alive there. His teammates are going to buy. Edward with the AUG, Flamey, same story. Zeus with 5k. Does he want to drop the AWP and be left with just a Deagle? Maybe that's worth it in Simple's hands. They're going to take a timeout either way and discuss their options. This is a pivotal moment of the game. If ENCE can pick up this round, they might actually be able to win the half on the T side against Na'Vi. Other people are questioning whether they can perform on the big stage, and I'm sure everyone's satisfied they certainly can. Some great performances so far. Just to know the AWP will not be purchased by Zeus. He gets himself an AUG. Electronic on the M4 and Simple staying on his Deagle armor. He actually doesn't buy anything apart from 1 smoke and keeps himself on $2,000 to make sure he actually has cash going forward. Okay, brings out a bit of utility and the kit towards the end, so forget that. He has to spend most of his cash now, but is this going to be enough? Round 12. A chance for ENCE to really establish themselves here in the first half.
Simple, the only one not with a purchased weapon. It's an aggressive stance from Na'Vi. Certainly capable on a Deagle. Bit harder than T-side, where if your entry fragger goes in with a gun, dies, you pick it up on the way by. It's not like a gun's immediately recoverable on CT in the same fashion. Early utility usage as well. Smoke already on A main. 3 more to work with, as well as an incendiary. Taking quite a while, to be honest.
Only on their ecos, really. For now, this is just what we call the default. You're not necessarily committing towards inside, it's making sure the CTs won't be sure as to where you're actually committing when you finish up. So it's Sergey that pushes any CT presence back. Zeus alone inside for now. He will be joining from the connector, and Edwards. Great game for him so far. It's his 14th kill. Alexi will be a little bit frustrated it went down like that. It's a 5 versus 4. Much needed kill for Na'Vi there.
This time either. You can see Simple looking back just to make sure that he wasn't going to be caught off. Still is. So forward. The support for ENCE was certainly there over Liquid, but he's got a number of fans today. Simple, win it off. Down he goes. Couldn't do anything with the deagle. Ariel's already got it on the AK. The wall. Angle wants the E-Box to save him. Sprays in for only one. Spots him fast enough, but is it? It is for X. Now they're into a 2-on-2. 7 seconds left. Zeus manages to pull one back. Alu's got to hold the plant. He's in the he stays alive. AWP up close, but Zeus is far too quick.
I thought for a moment Alu was going to pull off a no-scope there, but it is Na'Vi picking up the round. Edu would kick things off towards that pop dog area. ENCE try to commit. A barrage of frags coming through. It was back and forth. Comes down to the 2 versus 1. Alu was lucky to get the plant in. Still had a chance to win the round. It had to be the no-scope, though. Didn't have to pull it off. And Zeus with 2 kills. Edu will survive with him. They recover the AWP, but they haven't broken the finances of ENCE just yet. Great work from Zeus. Had some crazy moments so far. High impact kills here. Bomb down, calm as you like. Recovers the orb, defuses the bomb. Get into round number 13. It's 8-4. In favor of Na'Vi on their CT side here in the first map at the best of 3. Remember, it's Dust 2 next. This is the pick of ENCE. That's where it's up on the side here. Master Electronic. AWP for Simple. The rest of the players on Orgs here. And a nice strong buy for ENCE. Their finances starting to run a little bit thin now. All the same smoke towards main entrance to allow him to progress towards Olof, but just yet waiting for his teammates to join him.
Tag damage through the smoke. On top of it, Ariel's already forward. It won't hurt. It's go the other way. And he's going to follow it up as well. He finds Edward behind the train. He'll swing. He'll hold. They get behind, but Electronic reveals himself through smoke. Comes back in. Ariel he almost gets. He does. Oh, he caught himself up. He misstepped. And nearly got him away from the bullets, but eventually he was found. Alexi now. His first in the rounds. Might have found the most important. Simple wants to work back in from Old Bomb. He'll play this with Zeus. Zeus in his 7th semifinal appearance. Of the previous 6 he was in, he was successful in 4. But Na'Vi fell victim in the final 3 times. The only one he won was with Gambit. He wants to get back there. He wants to make sure he's a winner with the team he's been a part of for so long. This one's not going to go their way. It is ENCE pulling back number 5, 8-5. In fact, so keeping it dead level on train. That's cut off 1. Still though, through the smoke, they'll fight both. They actually got them both down. No gun saved on the Na'Vi side.
Ariel's doing such a fantastic job with that AK-47. Overwhelming towards the outside bomb side. Those defaults, the smokes, it's all set up so perfectly. As he makes his way through, pixel perfect precision. This is the replay now. Look at him go. It's his 2nd kill that impressed me the most. So confident in his own ability, leads the charge and finds success in round number 13. It is going to be the force buy from Na'Vi. You can see an auto shotgun for Simple. I don't think I've ever seen him use that weapon. He'll be joined by some CZs and Desert Eagles. Once again to try and crack things up. Hot dog this time, not going to happen.
Ariel again, follow it up. Electronic manages to just barely get away. I think he did the damage the first time by. Sprays through and finds Flamey as well. He's coming alive. Simple. Alu joked saying he wanted a knife kill and 3 auto shotgun kills. They said range probably not going to happen.
Ambitious, but for now, looks like ENCE done enough here. They might be able to bring this back to 8-7. That would be a fantastic result on their T side here. No chance for Na'Vi to win this, but can they recover anything in terms of weaponry? See them discussing their options here. Looking quite jovial about the situation. They have won the half there. Wanted to be a bit more convincing, but still, a solid train team. Na'Vi have been celebrated this sort of, I think, for their tactical approach. It's not something we've been excited about from this squad for a while, to be honest, but they slowed things right down. They're playing more as a unit instead of having Simple Electronic running around trying to kill everyone, so it's refreshing to see this slower gameplay come back into their scrapbook. Alu now looking to... That kill's fine. Doesn't matter too much. The CTs won't get a rifle from it, and they manage to trade it out and remove his armor. It's the final round of the first half here, 8-6. ENCE clawing their way back into it. I'd say they deserve a few more. Their tactical approach has been wonderful, as they get double orbs here on the T side. They won't stay on that. They'll go for his opening picks and take the AKs with them. You can juggle weapons, certain choke points like inside. They've got 3 orbs. So yes, they'll try and juggle those weapons around now and leave them around main entrance. But let's go hold up, because they know the money's low on the CT side. It's a good chance to push Ivy, push Pop Dog, and they'll go for these orb kills and throw them out of the map if they have to.
Oh, I thought Sergey was just going to go for the straight drop. Simple went so aggressively in toward Pop Dog. Waiting as well, as you say. You're absolutely right. They want to see if the CTs will push. Would have been unnecessary for Sergey to do the same as a result. Edwards swings around. Actually going to rotate back toward Ivy a little bit further because Electronic has called that there's been no action through his smoke already, and they're going to stack somewhat the B site with 3 players there. Simple, as well as I mentioned, is down still at the bottom of Pop Dog. He'll be able to rotate quickly. That all depends on whether or not they even get that off. Another Molotov behind him. There's really not much room left to hide. Ariel even considered running across the site. Goes back toward the bomb instead. They'll watch him. They'll keep eyes that direction. He swings around and Simple. Oh, he just got away, but he's caught off at the top of the ladder. He's evasive, but it won't work out entirely. As Edward by Aller. Now it's going to start to prevail, and they'll win another round. We're back to 8-7. 1 round between them, and it shows how close this game was.
Really enjoying this so far. ENCE looks solid as a rock. They're not nervous at all. They're ready to challenge Navi in this second half. It's 8-7. We'll take a break. You're not going to want to miss this.
Ence are proving that it was absolutely no fluke they took down Liquid as Na'Vi putting up an incredible half. Simple was firing. Edward started off with an ace. They only have a one-round lead. It's 8-7. They are every bit as in this game as any team would be against them.
And Dust 2 up next as well. ENCE no slouches on that map. If they can somehow win this one, they could actually 2-0 Na'Vi here. What a crazy thought. I'm so impressed with their mental fortitude so far. They're showing a great array of strategies and good formation. As we see them switch over to the CT side now, it's Flamey. Will be taken down here. Not quite.
Wow.
Somehow, he actually gets to frag there. What a strange turn of events.
Simple just barely caught them off working in. Alu gets Flamey back, but that's not enough yet to call it level because they can rotate back off. They've got the bomb. They can force the defense to be very uncomfortable and get them out of position, which Edward now will confirm they are. They're back over toward the outside site, and Zeus walks into a first plans. As well, he'll be spotted. Again, just has to slow them down, delay the retake. There is a kit for Alexi. Edward's doing everything he can at this point just to stay because here comes Electronic. He's around behind. Edward doesn't even need him. They've already won it. 2 and Z connector. There's nowhere for the CTs to go. And that kit fell. That was Alexi that they got. It's far from the bomb. There's no chance that Sergey can do anything. Electronic takes down Alu. And it is 9-7.
That one started off a little bit strange. It looked like Flamey was absolutely done for. The coordinated push from the CTs towards main entrance looked like it would yield at least that first frag, but an awkward affair there. Seems like the CTs couldn't find that initial aim. It cost them a couple of frags to kick things off. Back towards inside Na'Vi go, and essentially they run away with the round. It looked like it could have been closer, but Na'Vi were very comfortable there. The positioning was good. The bomb was down. The CTs didn't really have much access whatsoever. They will take the full eco here and allow Na'Vi to get double D in the next round. You can see Alu with $3,000. He'll actually be able to afford the AWP going forward as well.
You want to talk about mental fortitude and nerves, by the way. The current frag leader, although tied now by Edward at 17, is Sergey.
Yeah. 16 years old.
I think he just turned 17, if I'm not
17
mistaken.
years old, by the way.
Still ridiculous on Counter-Strike's biggest stage. Only his second best victory series, and he's leading the way.
Yeah, this is great. So many of these players in their rookie year. And in the semi-final, incredible time. It's pretty remarkable. But getting it done, no doubt in my mind they win this. Good on Mac 10 so far, maybe an AK, but Edward holds his own. It's his second frag of the round. And this is where things get quite interesting now. Remember, Alu can purchase the AWP. 10-7 down, so plenty of time to get back into it, but it all starts here. Round 18, Zeus will stay on the Mac 10, and that's perfect. You have such an advantage after winning the pistol, knowing the CTs are buying up on the third as well. Good likelihood that they won't have helmets here, so the Mac 10 actually a very powerful weapon here. And indeed, there's only one player in the form of Aerial that has the helmet, so that means that Mac 10 has so much damage potential if it gets close range. Ideally, you want to be dropping an execution here to staying as a 5-man unit and trying to overwhelm the CTs, get as close as possible.
Nade goes in, Flamey barely scratched by it, goes down to 85. Break 7. A vocal tug of war inside of the Spoke. The same inside of the server because it's jostling for position, and this is the first gun round of the second half. Aerial, he's got something to work with up close because Alexi's behind him, making sure that no one can catch him off guard.
CT's trying to get some map control here. It's Sergey with the smoke out. As soon as he detects any threat on the other side, he'll deploy that. Feels safe for now, and he would be right. They're falling back towards inside. Electronic has got the end of Ivy here. Let's see where there's so many players in front of him. Swallows the grenade down to 39 HP. So comes through. Aerial has to move.
Good read. Anticipation that they wanted to be up close. Deep nade as well. Next 7 though does get Electronic. So even forced out of the main position. Which they've now trying to kill backwards. The next 7 is going to double it up.
5 versus 3 and 35 seconds remaining. This is pretty lackluster from Na'Vi. Overwhelmed at the main entrance, trying to come out one by one towards the ID position. It hasn't worked out for them whatsoever. 4 versus 2 is simple, pulls one back, but not for long. Now just Flamey. Nothing can be done here. Has to just hold on to the AK-47 and hope they get aggressive to steal away a couple of kills.
Yeah, a couple of kills at best, but 39 HP. Again, now time is the factor. We said on the CT side, it doesn't matter if you go down after it expires. It does without a bomb plant to the T side. 2650, he's there about with everyone else, but he won't get anything on top of it if he dies after the round is gone. For his sake, thankfully, no one is in pursuit. And Alu on the op on the other side, still to deal with, though. And how can they possibly, with not much money to work with, there will be no op for Simple for Na'Vi.
I knew the AK. Na'Vi. Pretty underwhelming round, I have to say. Bullied out of main entrance, and then it seemed like the only solution was walking out of Ivy with no smokes down. One by one they went. I did just mention as well, you want to stay in a 5-man unit. They want to drop an execution and challenge the fact they won't have all the incendiaries. They won't have helmets and a few players. You want to really group up and punish that fact, but they made it way too easy. ENCE capitalize upon it. As we go into round number 19, this is a timeout now. I can confirm Na'Vi are purchasing into this round. Flamey still at $2,600, regardless of the fact he got no money in the previous. Electronic though, $1,600. He will buy it with the P250. I've got enough for 4 AKs here. Simple last player to buy into AK out for him, 1 flashbang. Only had $3,900, so couldn't do that much with him. And to defend main entrance again. This is going to go right out of the wire this game. I'm not sure who's going to win. ENCE on their feet now. AWP set up for Alu.
Back. Off the back lines with Sergey up close. Still on 17, wants to add to that. Let's be wary of the attack from above. That's what Alu watches, and Sergey's actually going to fall off it. We know that spool is extremely spammable. Trajectory. Knew where he was, but still couldn't find it in. The trajectory leads to flames that burn Edward alive. He was tagged on the way through. Backed off already.
And that's the sort of round they should be doing in the previous. This time, 2 players commit, caught off by the smoke and then the flames. Sergey with 2 massive frags now. I'm not sure this is recoverable now on the T side. 5 on 3. They have 1 flashbang. No other utility whatsoever. And they're running out of time as well. Bomber's on their back, but I just have no idea what the next approach is. Just walk out of main entrance and hope for the best. Alu will be waiting for you. Currently sits towards inside, but I feel like that position's now clear. And like I said, they got 1 flash. Just gonna have to walk out and hope for the best, and not even together. I think it's gonna save at this stage. Positioning suggests that will be the case. Let the round slip by. Oh, well, okay.
Walking out.
Why has he done that?
No utility thrown.
They're saving, and he's walked out, popped up, and committed.
Counter-terrorists win.
Well, it's only 2 guns carried over. Simple's got 1 of them on the AK. No money to speak of otherwise for he and Zeus. That seems to be the case no matter what. ENCE back within 1 and now in control. That's something that's hard to do on the CT side.
Problem they've got now is Simple and Zeus getting no cash in that previous round. They currently sit on $0. Their teammates not much better off. If they eco this one, they still only get $2,400 per player in the next round. That's if they don't get the bomb down. So they might be tempted as to force into this one. Flamey, Zeus, and Simple now have AK, so they go in with another purchase. Keep his money at $2,000. Could have had an AK here, but he'd just shown more discipline. But a really desperate round now for Na'Vi. Again, no utility. A couple of flashes, but Simple alive and well with the AK. Maybe that's enough.
Maybe it's enough. And like Zeus wanted to win with Na'Vi, he's still seeking his first major victory. He did play in a final, Simple, a couple times. He's been there with Team Liquid. He's obviously been there with Na'Vi. As recently as the last major in London. Keep that in mind as well. If Na'Vi are to survive ENCE, which at this point doesn't look certain at all, ENCE are absolutely showing off some form. And Astralis make it through, that's a rematch.
Right now, to me, ENCE are the better team here.
I mean, that's the key to it. They look like the better team. They certainly did against Liquid as well. 7, he's already been so promising in that position to look backwards, to be passive, to hold Ivy. He'll do it again. If they even step 1 small front shoulder peek. He's ready with the off. Simple. Oh, he's already in, and he's opened up the door because now they'll stomp it down. Flaming. He barges in from the front lines. But they are turning it around. Edward gets underneath of Alexi. Watch out for Alu because he is behind. Planted. He would have got Simple if it went further, but it doesn't. It goes into Ivy instead, so Simple stays alive. Sergey. Aspect. Oh, good shot from Alu for ENCE. And Alu opening up the old bomb. Unfortunately, he's lost Sergey. It's still a 1-on-2. Switches over to the AK because he knows he's got to find multiple opponents. And he knows they're likely going to be trying to trade off of him, so an op won't work. He's got a kits. 2 flashes. And they've gone so far apart, he can actually isolate. He's got it down. He's going to try and hold this as well. He's going to try and hold it around. Holding it off it. He spots out Zeus, who just barely pulls it back.
Alu had done enough there. One of the smartest players in the game. Did absolutely everything he could. It's such a difficult scenario. That bomb down, 2 versus 1. They could be absolutely anywhere. We came into that round saying maybe Simple could be enough. With a couple of flashbangs, he could open things up, and he certainly did that towards the Ivy position. A desperate round, but Na'Vi make it work. It's 11-9 now in their favor. They still have a lot of work to do here. They do have an AWP going to round number 21. Remember, ENCE lost both pistols here, and they're still looking like the better team, as we said, but the last round was down to pure skill, and Na'Vi have got that in buckets and spades. As they head towards Pop Dog, it looks like the totem drop could be coming in, but Zeus just investigating towards the brown halls for now.
Sergey again alone. You want to call B a safe bet, but with him in there, I'm betting it's not. He's been so proficient. And he backs off this time, gives them a little bit more room to breathe. Alu brings over the AW. So close last round, good nade. Anything at all will be significant, certainly when it hits Simple down to 68. Alu sits with only 11, but the impact in the last few rounds now that he's on the CT side, it's certainly been promising. This is being hit all day long. There it goes, execution. Utility with the hand on, so they can't breathe. Sergey tries to find an aim. What a shot from Flaming, and that's going to give Edward access towards Z Connector. They already have to start considering rotating. Down to just 2. 2 versus 4, make that 1.
Great work there. That's the kind of teamwork and execution you want to see at this level. Na'Vi start to look like their old selves again, and 4 players surviving here. It's Flamey that absolutely dismantles the B bomb site defense there, and X7 could do nothing about this. He's got a flashbang, no kits, and he cowers in T-spawn right now, hoping he can survive. Na'Vi have finally done it. They've broken down the finances of ENCE, which has been difficult throughout this entire train campaign. Simple gets the AWP on the T side there, just a note to the end. Really nice tactic, great play from Zeus. Very strong as this tournament develops. And as you can see, $2,000 on all 5 members of ENCE, and X7 will have the org save in the previous round. I'm not sure they'll force into this one, but time will tell. That second kill now is absolutely brutal.
So stunning the way he just walks in, Zeus. He seems determined as ever. Keep in mind that the only major he won was the last major in Poland.
Yes. Krakow, that's right. Been to so many finals with not 3 of them. They've never picked up the trophy. What's happened there? The damage comes through. It's Alu and Alexi. Most of it out of as they push towards the main entrance here. Flamey good for 1. And Simple needs to get the hell out of there. He's got the AWP. If he gets this up, there's a chance he gets up the round. But he is spot on as usual. Double kill comes from the AWP. And 7 with the sit door trying to keep the dream alive. But Simple, he makes it an absolute nightmare towards the end. 4 kills for him, and it's 13-9.
How good is that? You said it. And again, the pistols, they can overwhelm an AWP so quickly. They line up perfectly. Gets the collateral, gets 4 kills overall. This one right here. Boom. See ya. Through the body and the edge of the train, just to note.
Here we go. Na'Vi in touching distance now, closing this one out. ENCE can buy, but there's no AWP. Alu will be on the walk for now. There's no diffuse kits either. Flamey gets himself out of the main entrance towards the bomb tree. He's really feeling it. His AK has looked stunning, but X7, he's been celebrating this tournament as well. He'll get a nice opening headshot. Sergey will follow it up. 5 versus 3 as Na'Vi approach it with a much looser tactic this round.
Yeah, much looser, more pace to it as well. We have to talk about Na'Vi. Old school. They'll drain the clock straight down until there's only a few grains of sand left to fall.
The thing is as well, the Miners should be reading that. Instead of just running out like that, just drop the execution. Make it uncomfortable for them. You're giving them a fighting chance with those flashes deployed. And this is another battle where it's ENCE just running away with it. No problem at all. They've got great aim as well, and Alu, X7 and Sergey all finding solid kills. You can see no damage done on the CD side. That suggests you were all going in one by one and being shot by multiple targets.
Zeus
you were
is
unable
done.
to communicate what was going on.
Yeah, Zeus is done here. He's got the knife gone. X7 takes him out of it, so building up. It's just one round against them. Building up money is going to be difficult. They've got enough saved over for a drop. Simple's got 8,700. Electronics already brought one out. Edward can as well, but they may find themselves very limited in ENCE on 11 if they don't win this round. Likewise, chance to reset the other way, but they've, all right, they've still have 3K left for Aerial, roughly just under that for X7. This time, it's gonna hold from Z Connector. Haven't seen anyone go for the wall shot yet. Guardian's favorite maneuver.
He does enjoy it. To slow and methodical here from Na'Vi. Rattle in the previous round there, no damage done at all. You don't see that too often on a full gun round. Round 24 here though, 13-10, still in favor of Na'Vi from that T side. It's difficult to close these rounds out. Aerial again, he's had way too much control of that main entrance last year. You get in there and they smoke and run that timer down. That is a massive issue here for Na'Vi.
It's 2 smokes, 2 incendiaries. That's all they've got to work with, and one of those already deployed toward the ramp at B.
Electronics got the bomb, remember?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's
Calm down.
Bit risky.
You're going to walk down there, my friend. You better hit that shot. He's still doing it.
He's got the support there this time at least, so the intentions seem clear. Oh, Alexi's one out against Edward though. Zeus has gone chasing. Simple hits. That shot was extremely important based on the bomb's positioning, but now it gets planted. Real may find the lurk in Zeus, but Alu, that would have potentially won them the round. Getting it down to a 4-2 on retake with Flamey still out of the picture, still trying to get back. Simple!
Ooh!
He'll chew them up and swallow them down as he finds 2. X7 gets him in the end, but is it enough? Still a 2-on-2, and Electronic on top of the site won't let them get anywhere near the C4.
It's Electronic now. Control the situation. X7, no grenades, but he's got the aim. He goes for the AWP here, surprising. Now look at Flamey's setup. He has the Molotov and the HE here. He's essentially won the round already with the fact it's gone way past the point of defusal, but he was ready. If there was a quick finish, it's on top of the bomb from that position, and there's nothing X7 can do about it. All he does though is recover the AWP. Flamey does as well from the lower ramp, just to note that. But it will be 14-10. Now there is a chance to buy here. The fact they saved the AWP might persuade them to go for it. They probably would either way, considering they're 1 round away from that point. This is wonderful from Simple. But at this point now, with the AWP saved, they'll take a timeout and work out how they're going to approach this. I'm almost certain they buy into the round. Yeah, 4,600 on X7. Alu already has the AWP. It would be a rough buy, but the AWP up there, I think you have to go for it. You're not going to get, well, it's unlikely you get 5 rounds in a row. To be fair, ENCE have had some remarkable comebacks. They were 15-8 down against Liquid and managed to get back into that. They are on the CT side of train, but for me, buying up here is the correct approach.
2 to go to claim map 1. Dust 2 is next. That will be open. That will be fun. Simple versus Alu, and Alu very comfortable on that map.
Yeah, famously. He's very good on that one.
The young gun and Sergey that's been quite remarkable in this map. He'll happily take duels next time around as well, and it really does come down to duels. It's aim battles a lot of the time on Dust. Shalu away from it. Caught Flamey on the cross. Excuse me, that came elsewhere, so that was actually utility damage toward A main. He missed the shot altogether on Electronic, who crossed over. Ariel is waiting. This is a perfect position. Flamey gone.
It's that main entrance again. It's a real problem for him. This time trying to establish the he's still losing out on the first frag. Smoked off towards Ivy. It's Electronic trying to make his way towards the end. He's backed up by Zeus right now. ENCE, opening kill. No response at all, but Electronic is looking aggressive here as he looks to peek towards the bomb train.
We're looking a bit nervous. 7, he's going to get a chance to strike, and he does. That's extremely well. Couldn't quite get his gun ready again for Zeus to get around the corner. That pulled Alu off the bomb. He wants to make sure they can't wrap around. He needs to control the map. He can funnel them back out front, where Ariel still waits, but he's on reverse side E-box holding A main. Again, that's where the first kill came in. They still have the advantage on this. He's the one to find it as well. That Alu's wants to be ready when they cross over. Molotov's down. Came from a distance. He's not yet worried about Edward's presence. Instead, he wants to deny the bomb. He will. 17 seconds. Now they can just hold off the site. Alexa, even with the MP9, just needs to get information on Edward walking in. And Simple, I think he's just going to walk away. 8 seconds, and he still has to get by 2 to keep the AWP alive. And they're getting actually away from him. Control went away. They're going to spot him now, but I think he's gone. He's got 0 seconds on the clock he can't afford.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Nice work by him, very calm to actually save the AWP. It gives them something here as we go to round number 26, but again, it's that main entrance where Ariel's just absolutely blowing them out of the water. He gets the opening kill. Flamey can't do anything about it. If they leave it open, the CTs enter that position and they lose map control. It's an absolute nightmare for them. This is a nice position from Ariel. Only one player challenging him, and you can see the time running down there. Zeus tries to crawl towards the side, but positional control from ENCE has been superb. Now Na'Vi are forcing into this round. They should have taken a time on it. Right now, it's down to Simple to try and open things up. He sits in the flames, but doesn't do too much damage, I guess. Still a lot. Could have been a lot more dangerous if HG's got into the mix as well. He'll be pushed off the pop dog position. He was trying to find that first pick. They have fully invested in this round, and they're really hoping he would be able to find something at the beginning of the round.
Limited so significantly. Just as in the first half, ENCE are so close. Score might have 3 rounds between them, but every round they're losing, they're still in contention.
Here we go again.
And back into A main. Knows he's there. He made a lot of noise, Ariel, getting in that position. You want to talk about contention? This has been the point of it as well. You pointed it out last round that they lost toward A main.
Ariel still has a smoke, so he's going to drop that at the last possible moment. Yeah, about now is good. We've got 45 seconds remaining. They can't really think about going for main entrance anymore. That's 18 seconds. They can't really do anything about this. They got to hold up, wait for it to go down. When they do commit, the CTs could be positioned perfectly. You got X7. You don't see this boost too often, actually, towards Ivy. It's going to be a very powerful one. What a great time to throw this into the mix.
Ariel holds.
Same thing.
They're going to feel relieved to let repetition same angle, and it works this time for Flamey. Alexi's tagged up. Edward's going to run him over. X7. He doesn't have any smoke in his way, nor to Alu. They do have to still find the kill. Successful. Second followed by Sergey, but it's a 2-on-1. 8 seconds. Alu's on top of the bomb. He can deny. He will. And time the enemy. The pendulum pass to a guillotine mass. As Alu finds 2, and it's ENCE on 12.
Alu didn't even have to peek that one. 2 versus 1. He denies the plant and then goes to the kill regardless. Great stuff by him. Cool as you like as well. That's when he wins the round. 4 seconds remaining. He was fine just to stay alive here. Still goes for it, takes Simple down. Took a bit of a risk there. If he'd have dropped it there, it could have been an absolute disaster. But now, ENCE really have a chance to steal this victory away. They've got Na'Vi down to just pistols, no armor. The flashbang is all they have. We talked about this in the first half. Inside is Simple. Oh, what the hell?
God!
All right then, fully blind.
Even the bright is too sly to hold back all Simple's dark. Fully blind, he hits that with a deagle. Alu holding off. It's going to be Sergey down below again. They just want to overrun and try and push him off to get a bomb plant down because they're going to be money. It's going to be a 1-round game. They're not going to have much in a lineup, Sergey. On adjacent points of Earth, he'll make Zeus and Electronic rest together under the dirts. Defuse, but let them collect everything first. It's one. It's one between them.
Bomb will be defused now. That was the full eco, but what a shot from Simple. They only get one frag, but it was enough to pull a rotation away from that inside side and yield a plant, so I guess that's absolutely fine. CT's now grabbing everything they can, all the P250s, any potential flashbangs or smokes on the floor here. Sergey, great job. He couldn't deny the plant, but he certainly made up for it in terms of the kills and keeping the round clean. They've got a few rounds to play with at this point. They've got plenty of cash going forward, and you cannot say that about Na'Vi here. It's round 28. One more round from ENCE will tie things up. They throw away their UMPs, so they fully upgrade. So they had lots of money, but they had SMGs. And they're thinking, okay, we're not playing for cash anymore. Throw those away, treat us like a full gun round, and let's try and tie things up at 14-14. If they can do that, the loss bonus will be a 4th stage. Na'Vi might not be able to buy next round with just $2,900 coming in. They'll take a timeout, discuss their options. Simple can afford the AWP, but he's only got 4,800. That means it'll be a glass cannon, meaning he has the sniper itself, but no utility, no armor. On the CT side, that's not a big deal, but on the T side, you're so vulnerable to those HEs. We've seen how strong ENCE are in that department. First map of this best of 3. I wasn't sure if ENCE would be able to perform at this stage of the tournament. Na'Vi have been here time and time again. A lot of these players on the ENCE side, absolute rookies, came out of nowhere, set the world on fire here at this major. Simple does go for the sniper rifle. Is it going to be enough? He's been trying to let himself off the leash in the last few rounds and carried them through to the round number 15. Hasn't worked out though.
Down below, this is the game. Opening map of a best of 3. ENCE continue to impress. He can't be understated. Even more so than Cloud9. Sure, they came back down from 0-2. 7-0 down on the second map of a series. Cloud9 at least had some international experience, stage experience at that point. Remember, this is the first time 4 of these players have been on a stage of this caliber. They're going against giant killers, world beaters, Na'Vi, and they're holding their own. Alu is going to hold his own, or attempt to, on the AWP. He's fully emerged on top of the catwalk, meaning he's fully exposed. Larger target to fire, and he wants to catch them off.
It's the shots, it's Simple to go down. AWP potential removed as Alu continues to find kill after kill. He is shut down as approach towards B. Hasn't got out the lower rounds yet. As Sergey continues to find the frags. It's going to go 14-14, absolutely. It's just Flamey desperately trying to hold on to the sniper now.
Desperate indeed. 14-14, ENCE are in the driving seat. They're in control. Ariel takes away the last gun, and they have a chance to go map point. What's the call going to be from Na'Vi? They're sitting around 3 grand. Concede, play for overtime?
They had to get the bomb down there, Matt. It had to happen. They get $2,900 per player in this round, and ENCE are about to close. How does Alu hold his nerve here every single time? He never misses. Great movement. Hits those first 2 frags. There's nowhere near a bomb there. Na'Vi are pushed right back, and they're going to buy somewhat into this, from what I can see. CZ, P250, Zeus goes for the UMP purchase, but things are getting desperate now. ENCE looking likely to post map point first. This was their pick. They started to look very good in the first half, and they've lost both pistols here, and Na'Vi converted those as well.
Spam through just to be sure. Oh, it's going to work this time.
Wow.
Edward walked straight back into it.
That's huge.
That dink's quite audible. I think they're close. I think Ariel's probably close enough to hear that as well, so. Way. It is huge. Brave man to go back and stand in a similar position.
Absolutely. Went towards the Pop Dog again, gets a first kill. There's another player behind him though. Will they have the awareness to take him down? It's Edward though, didn't have the AK of course, picks up the UMP, and he'll fall out. He's low, he couldn't commit to that.
X7 will catch them on the cross. They tried to wrap around to CT. They wanted to overwhelm, they wanted to flank. Simple's the only one left. Hey, he has the ball, and that's the round. There's no chance. Edward to his dink that comes back into this with a UMP. It's going to be map point for ENCE.
No bomb available. Edward. He'll actually get more money than what he has right now. So he's might as well die at this stage. There it is. Map point for ENCE. Who would have thought in the semi-final they'd be posting up first against Na'Vi? Unbelievable scenes here. Can they do it in round 30 though? Na'Vi looking to take us to overtime. They did not force by the previous round. They have a decent buy here. They will have the AKs out in full force. I don't think they'll have the AWP though. They'll take their final timeout. ENCE, have they got anything clever up their sleeve to close this one out? They've had great setups on the CT side. They've been bullying that main entrance. Alu's been an absolute star of the AWP, but it's the young guns that really have stepped up. 26 kills for Sergey, 22 for X7, Aerial with 20. Everyone turning up when they had to. Remember, they lost both pistols here as well. Simple, top fragging for Na'Vi on 23. Edwards up there on 21. It's Electronic that hasn't shown up so far. 13 and 23 for him. He's one of the key points of this T side for Na'Vi, but he hasn't had a chance to really be let off the leash and show us what that aim can be made of as the timeout comes to an end. AK-47's basic utility. To finish things off before we get into overtime. They're going to have a double orb set up here.
5 rounds in a row to pull them back in the lead. X7's got it started. Mentality has been so impressive for ENCE. Young team and came back against Liquid. Na'Vi, Alu waits again. He can peek wide.
That was Edward by himself running inside. As you can see, it's all falling apart now. I thought at least they'd be going down lower ramp, but he just panics there.
This is the impressive part. They tore Liquid apart mentally. They're doing it now to Na'Vi.
Yeah, that's not characteristic of this team. Why they're panicking like that? You've lost one pick. Why just offer another up on a silver platter? Alu's been consistently inside of that orb. You don't even flash him, you just run out, and you're gonna get punished for that. 3 kills away from winning this map. They have to go inside. They're not even in a 3-man to run in. And Sergey's forehand is short than Alu has.
Alu absolutely does. Zeus pulls it back, but it's a 4-on-2 Molotov down. Zeus is on 31. He has to go wide. He got to take the fight. Alu, he's got a third as well. And it's all onto Electronic. He's got a trick. But is it going to work? Is the timing there?
Aerial seems to know, Matt. I don't think it will. Even if he dies here, it's going to give away his position. This is done. ENCE are doing it. And it's the final kill for Aerial. Can you believe it? ENCE in the semi-final of the major have just taken the first map, D-Train against Na'Vi. Now we have Dust 2 coming up next, Matt. They are